welcome to the Whisky.com news on the 10th of November 2025. And we have a number of very interesting news. We have the Macallan, A Night on Earth, the First Light. It is the fourth bottling of this series. It was matured in sherry and bourbon cask and will be available on Whisky.com very soon. Then we have Timorous Beastie Phantom Smoke Limited Edition. It was matured in crocodile casks. I think they call it a crocodile char, so a really heavily charred cask. 54.2% ABV, no coloring, no chill filtration, and it is limited to 3,000 bottles worldwide and is available on Whisky.com. For Netherlands and Belgium. I'm not quite sure, probably not in the USA yet, but we are working on that. Edradour is celebrating its 200 years anniversary with limited editions. The first four were now unveiled, and there are more bottlings that are to come, and you can have a look at Whisky.com on whisky.de. You will find them in the shop there. Then we have the Glasgow 1770 Bourbon cask matured. It is a new core range. It's solely matured in bourbon cask, lightly smoky, 54% ABV, 8 years old, and it will be available very soon. Talking about available very soon, Glenfarclas Christmas Edition Vintage 2015 will be here on the cask, or not on my cask, on Horst's cask, very soon. It's the yearly limited edition with a higher ABV and 100% Oloroso sherry cask, and will be available soon at Whisky.com in the shop. Then we have Ardnamurchan, and they're bringing out their 10-year-old single malt as a core range bottling. It's called the AD/10. It will be a yearly batch release, 46.8% ABV, not chill filtered and in natural color, and will be available very soon on Whisky.com as well. Then we have Bruichladdich. They're bringing out something really cool. They're bringing out a rye, and Bruichladdich is still a Scotch company, so it will be a Scottish rye. It will be called the Laddie Rye. 7 years old, 50% ABV. Then we have Ireland in the news. The Connacht Distillery is now called the Ballina Distillery. It was founded in 2015 and got a new proprietor in 2025. It's the Terroir Distillers. We know them from Tullibardine, and they're now calling the Ballina Distillery as of the town where they're located in. Also, they're bringing out 2 new bottlings. Oh, it's very nice. Then we have something very extraordinary. The new Knob Creek, 21 years old. It's the oldest bottling from Knob Creek, and I don't know any other bottlings that are over 20 years old. It's very unusual for American whiskey to be over 10 years old, and very, 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 very seldom do you see one with over 20 years of age. So the Knob Creek 21 years is very, very, very old. I can't think of any of them off the top of my head. So 50% ABV, 100 proof for you Americans out there, and it's unclear if it will reach Europe as well, so I'm not quite sure if I'm able to taste it. Then we have the Templeton From Grain to Glass, first single barrel rye. It was distilled in Iowa and matured and then bottled in cask strength. It's a limited edition. Then we have some big news from Canada, also US a little bit. The news is always like, oh, Crown Royal is now produced in the US, which is not quite true. It's quite fake news. There are a lot of fake news going on around there. There's a lot of outcry going in there. What actually happened was the Diageo company has more production facilities with Crown Royal in Canada, and they are producing the whiskey there, and they're having bottling plants, and they closed up their most southern bottling plant. It's just at the Great Lakes near Detroit, and there was a bottling plant in Canada. I'm not quite sure what the city was, but it was devastating for the city because that is the plant in that city. And it actually, I think some minister, I don't know what it was called, he was standing in front of the camera pouring out, this is what I think of it, and he was really attacking Diageo and Crown Royal, and he actually called for boycott on Crown Royal, which is really cutting in his own flesh, because Crown Royal is still produced in Canada. There's still Canadian whiskey on it. They still have the legislation on their side. They're still also bottling somewhere else in Canada. So if the Canadians now boycott Crown Royal, they might as well close then the bottling and the production facility or size it down. So if you're still Canadian, Crown Royal is still a Canadian whiskey. They just toned down the bottling and yeah, have some of it bottled more south in the United States. Yeah, still for that town it's really, really bad, and I can feel with them that closing it up is just really devastating. Yeah. Then we have Four Roses presents the 2025 limited edition small batch. It's the limited edition, the 18th limited edition, 54.5% ABV, and it's containing bourbons in the age of 13 and 19-year-olds, and you will find it on Whisky.com and Whisky.de. Then we have a little bit of news in our own thing. We are doing the Bowmore live tasting on Whisky.com. It will be on Friday, the 21st of November. It will be in German on 7 p.m. Central European Winter Time, and at 8 p.m. at Central European Winter Time on Whisky.com in English, together with Jens Rosenberg. He's an old friend of mine. Met him at a lot of whiskey fairs, and if you are in the Netherlands or Belgium, have a look at Whisky.com. You will find the live tasting sets there. Just type in live and you will find the Bowmore live tasting sets there. Yeah, that was it. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.